Good afternoon and welcome to Fraser Park in Lower Hutt for round 5 action in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership as the Wellington Phoenix Reserves host Hawke's Bay United. Bit of a mixed bag for the Phoenix Reserves this season. An impressive win over Waitakere, followed by an equally one-sided loss to Eastern Suburbs the following week, and a 1-1 draw against Hamilton last weekend, conceding the equaliser in injury time. Hawke's Bay United badly need a kickstart to their season. They've lost their first 4 games, scoring just 2 goals and conceding 10, finding themselves rooted to the foot of the table. Let's have a look at the way the two teams will line up today, and we start with the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. 3 changes to the side that drew a week ago with Hamilton Wanderers. Curtis Mogg, Lewis Toomey and Riley Bidwar come into the 11. Henry Hamilton dropping down to the bench. Liam Moore and Oscar Van Hattem dropping out altogether. So the side lines up with Alex Paulson in goal, Jalen Rodwell, Finn Sermon, Curtis Mogg and Harry Barker the back 4. Adam Hillis sitting just in front of them. Ben Old, Lewis Toomey and Oliver Van Rysel in midfield with George Ott and Riley Bidwar up front. Alex Clayton, Henry Hamilton, Thomas Rainbolt, Jonty Rubos and Case Sims are the reserves. For Hawke's Bay United, they've also made 3 changes to the side that lost 3-0 a week ago to Canterbury United at home. A first start of the season for George Akers, a first appearance of the season for Caden Atkins. Corey Vickers also comes in with Sam Pickering, Ahmed Othman and Gavin Hoy dropping out of the 11. So it'll be Scott Morris in goal. A back 3 today of Caden Atkins, Bill Robertson and Jim Hoyle. Jackson Woods and Fergus Neal are the wing-backs. Karen Mandare, Corey Vickers and Kaylin Gould are more central. George Akers and Jesse Randall up front. The substitutes Gavin Hoy, Cameron Emerson, James Mack, Jared McKechnie and reserve goalkeeper is Oscar Mason. So our referee today is Ben O'Connell, assisted by Mark Rule and Sean Lau. John Robery is our 4th official. Beautiful day in the Hutt Valley. Mainly clear skies, just a touch of high cloud, a slightly delayed kickoff, which I'll explain to you as the action goes on. The Wellington Phoenix all in yellow, kicking from left to right as we look. And Hawke's Bay United, our visitors, in the darker strip and kicking from right to left. We're underway at the Ricoh Sports Centre in Lower Hutt as 2 teams who wouldn't quite have had the season start that they were after do battle here with 3 precious ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership points on the line. This game was originally scheduled for a 2 o'clock start. That was put back initially to 2:30 because the flight arrived in Wellington on time from Napier. Unfortunately, the bus wasn't there to meet Hawke's Bay United, so once it finally arrived, the time was rescheduled. Then the bus got caught in a traffic jam caused by an accident on State Highway 2, which connects Wellington City to the Hutt Valley. So it took them a little bit longer to get here. So 2:45 it is. Here we are, both teams in attendance, officials in attendance, and we can get underway. There was a bit of a possibility that we might have had to change the refereeing team as well. Referee Ben O'Connell is on a flight back to Christchurch at 6 o'clock tonight. I think he's changed that flight just in case he has to make a mad dash to the airport to hop on it. Well, the Wellington Phoenix with a trio of changes today, including up top Riley Bidwar, of course, who scored the goal that had them ahead of Hamilton Wanderers a week ago before that late penalty that they conceded. So he was off the bench last week. He's into the starting 11 today as Riley Bidwar. Hawke's Bay United looking to attack with Fergus Neal on the right-hand side. He's played on the left as well, Fergus Neal, but seems to have slotted in on the right today, and 17 on the ball now, the co-captain. It's a return pass and a ball into the area. First chance for Hawke's Bay, but cleared away by Mogg. So defensively, a good start by the Phoenix. This is Ben Old up towards George Ott, a big physical presence, and he's brought Jalen Rodwell into the action. Here is Rodwell looking for the ball across the area. An early chance for George Ott. Well, he played the pass initially out to Jalen Rodwell, who gives him the thumbs up. Carried on his run into the penalty area, and when Jalen Rodwell's ball came in, first time effort from George Ott, up and over. So a good start for the Wellington Phoenix in attack with Jalen Rodwell, who has previously played in central defence. He's been released out to the right-hand side of the back 4 in the last couple of games and showing his ability to get up and down there. This is Mandare for Hawke's Bay. Neil again involved on the far side, but has it taken away from him by the Phoenix, who just sprint off down the left-hand side. Plenty of men in the area here, with Ott again involved. Harry Bark over there, who made the initial run, trying to regather the ball, claps his hands together in frustration, and now Hawke's Bay with an opportunity to break forward with Caelan Gould. Randall's up, he's in the area, almost falls to Akers, but some last-ditch defending. So end-to-end early in this one. We've only had 3 minutes and we've been up and down and up and down. It's a good open start to this one. These two teams met twice last season. First game was at Porirua Park in round 2. Hawke's Bay winning a 7-goal thriller, 4-3. And then in Napier in round 11, the Phoenix 2-0 victors that day. Ben Old, one of the goal scorers, and Ahmed Othman, who these days plies his trade for Hawke's Bay United, was also on the score sheet for the Phoenix that day. George Akers gives up, or rather earns the foul and gets a bit of a talking to from the referee. He came together then with Adam Hillis. So Mandare lining this one up. Karen Mandare, Lindisfarne College old boy. Drives it towards a fairly congested penalty area. Holds up in the wind, which is blowing back in this direction. It's the nor'wester, which comes from the far side over towards us, but it's not a gusty nor'wester. We've had a couple of windy days here at Fraser Park, in particular that first game of the season when the Wellington Phoenix took on Team Wellington. It was so blustery that day, it really had an effect on the game. The breeze today is nothing more than that, just a breeze. It's just actually quite pleasant, just cooling things down because the sun is very hot here in the Hutt Valley today. Ball into the area. Here is Jackson Woods looking to make a nuisance of himself up and down the left-hand side for Hawke's Bay United. Jackson Woods, the Auckland City Academy player, recently involved in a New Zealand under-20 training squad. Jackson Woods has played every game for Hawke's Bay United, the number 3. In fact, they've hardly changed their side at all, Hawke's Bay United, despite the fact that they've yet to pick up a point. 7 of the players have started every game, including Jackson Woods, who's on the ball now. Akers peels away outside him. Has to do a bit of work to keep that one in, George Akers, but manages it okay. It's away by the Phoenix, and Ben Old is fouled in the act of trying to bring it away, so well played from Ben Old there. A couple of goals for Ben Old already this season. They both came in the same game, the round 2 win away at Waitakere. They haven't been exactly prolific, these two sides, just the 5 goals in 4 games for the Phoenix reserves. And Hawke's Bay United, just the 2 goals all season, both from Jesse Randall. And it has been one of the reasons why they've found themselves at the foot of the table. Having said that, though, Hawke's Bay United haven't looked at times like a team that's got a 100% losing record. They've been very good in most of their games. In fact, against Canterbury United last week was probably the only game that they haven't had some period of significant dominance. They certainly did in the game against Team Wellington a few weeks ago, losing that one in the last minute to a João Moreira goal. Same deal against Auckland City, where they led at Kiwatea Street before the last minute winner from Dylan Manicum. So Hawke's Bay United will believe that they actually deserve a bit more in terms of points from their performances. But the table doesn't lie, as they say. Woods on the ball again for the visitors. Into Caelan Gould, who played his winter football not far from here with Wainuiomata, who won the Capital Premier League and earned promotion to the Central League, largely due to Caelan Gould's goals, actually. He was so prolific for Wainuiomata. 24 goals in 19 games he scored. Yet to open his account for Hawke's Bay United, but always energetic and an attacking threat. Here's Rodwell for the Phoenix. Bit of a slip there from Woods allows Rodwell to go on. Aiming for Riley Bidwar, who couldn't quite bring it under control. Here is Gould now, as he's found George Akers. Akers using his significant physical presence. He's the son, of course, of Martin Akers, who did a very similar sort of a role for Napier City Rovers in those famous teams of the 80s and early 90s. Martin was very, very difficult to get the ball off when it came into his feet. George Akers hasn't always played up front like his dad did, but he is today in that role. Here's Gould trying to get ahead of a defender. And last touch off the defender, was it? Yes, corner coming for our visitors, Hawke's Bay United. Beautiful day, as I say, in the Hutt Valley. A good sprinkling of spectators has gathered here at the Ricoh Sports Centre. Great complex out in the Hutt Valley with softball diamonds also dotted around us. Corner for Hawke's Bay United, first chance for them to score, and behind it goes off the head of Oliver Van Rysel. Just for a second there, I wonder whether Van Rysel might have had his heart in his mouth and thought he didn't quite get the connection he wanted on that one, and would have seen it nestle in the net. Alex Paulson seemed unperturbed. Second attempt at the corner, and this one's gone all the way across without a single touch from anybody, and out for a goal kick. Well, any touch from any player in yellow or in blue would have sent that into the back of the net, I'm sure. But it evaded everybody and went safely across the byline for a goal kick. So an escape, you'd have to say, for the Wellington Phoenix there. Artificial pitch, of course, here at the Ricoh Sports Centre. This will be the first time. Oh, hang on, I'll hold that point because Paulson's had it taken off him. Akers looking to try and take advantage. A cross has come towards Randall from Neil, didn't quite reach him, and the cross from Fergus Neil, not what he would have hoped for. Still there though for Hawke's Bay United. Now towards the far side where it's Woods again in the action, looking for the run of Caelan Gould, who's got a bit of work to do here. He's in a bit of a cul-de-sac and unable to control it that time. Caelan Gould, and behind it goes. So I was saying, artificial pitch here. Hawke's Bay United haven't played on a artificial turf this season so far. Their home games are at Blue Water Stadium. That's a lovely grass pitch. They've also played at David Farrington Park and at Kewatia Street. So all grass pitches. First time they've had the opportunity to play on an artificial turf this season. Fergus Neil is getting really well advanced in this first stanza of the game. First 10 minutes he's been up and down. Moving to a back three with wing backs usually is the catalyst for that sort of thing, to get your wing backs up and down, and Fergus Neil is certainly showing that. Another corner coming now for Hawke's Bay United. This one's a bit deeper, headed towards goal and into the hands of Paulson it goes. So first effort really on goal, and it was off the head of Caden Atkins. The right-hand side of the back three is where he's been positioned today, but in an attacking situation there. Got a header on goal. Paulson never really troubled though, as it bounced up and into his arms. As far as the Phoenix are concerned, they very rarely play on grass at all. Their home games are here at Fraser Park, and in the first 4 rounds of this season, when they played Hamilton Wanderers a week ago, that was the first time they'd got onto grass. They played Waitakere at Seddon Fields, a couple of games here at Fraser, and when they went to Porritt Stadium, which looked a picture, I must say, first time they'd had an opportunity to play on the grass. Seems such an odd thing to say, doesn't it? But that's modern day football. More often than not these days it's played on a surface like this. And this is one of the better ones going around Fraser Park. It doesn't seem to suffer from the wear and tear that a few of the other turfs do. You don't get the little black bits of rubber coming off it. It's a good surface. Runs nice and true. Still need to make your passes though, as the Phoenix found out to their detriment there. First 11 and a half minutes have gone by without any score. Not unusual for Hawke's Bay United not to concede early. In fact, the visitors haven't conceded a first half goal all season. It's quite the record. Here's Akers looking for Randall. Akers again onto it. Paulson came out and deflected it behind. George Akers there. The pass to Randall didn't find its mark, but it rather fortuitously deflected back into his path, and Paulson had to come out to make the save. Here's Akers. He was looking for Randall, and it came off Hillis and into his path. He kept running, George Akers. Paulson had to be out smartly. So a flurry of corners early for the visitors. Can they make this one pay? Once again, delivery's good. And once again, I think that's gone all the way across the face of goal without anybody getting a touch on it. You wonder why some of these Hawke's Bay players aren't gambling it, but perhaps particularly towards the back post where these corners from George Acres appear to be landing. Anybody making a run towards that far post would have an opportunity, you'd think, to get a close range header towards goal. Corey Vickers in the heart of midfield today alongside Karen Mandair. Vickers back in the side, having been left out a week ago. This one's played forward towards Riley Bidwar, bit of a lone ranger at the moment. Bidwar looked for a teammate in Van Rysel who couldn't quite control it. Scott Morris, the young Hawke's Bay United goalkeeper, untroubled, just 19. Played his winter football for Wairarapa United, did Scott Morris, the Hawke's Bay keeper. All gives that one away, and he doesn't want to give it to Ben Old. He's a dangerous attacker, but it's tidied up, I guess you could say, by Hawke's Bay United with no real harm done. Just a raise of the hand at the back there from Scott Morris to apologise to his teammates. Both teams very keen to pass the ball out from the back. You won't see a lot of the ball being lumped long, I wouldn't have thought today. Bidwar takes it all the way back. And it's Sermon at the back. Now it's with Jackson Woods. This is Jim Hoyle, one of the players who's played every game. I mentioned before, 7 players have featured in every game. Morris, Hoyle, Robertson, Woods, Neal, Gould and Randall have started every game for Hawke's Bay United. For the Phoenix, Paulson and goal, Van Rysel, Rodwell and Hillis have started all 5 of their matches. Here is Alex Paulson, one of those. Out to Curtis Mogg, who was left out of the starting 11 last week, which was a bit of a surprise, seeing he was named captain earlier in the season. Back into the side today. I wonder whether that was perhaps an injury. He didn't start the game against Hamilton Wanderers. He did come off the bench, though. It was Liam Moore who started the game a week ago for the Phoenix, but it's Mogg back into central defence today. Of course, the Phoenix won't remember the last time they were here with any particular fondness. A fortnight ago, they faced a rampant Eastern Suburbs side who really took them to the cleaners with a 4-0 win here on this patch of turf. They were so impressive that day. The Phoenix have looked pretty good early on in this one, but as have Hawke's Bay. This is Lewis Toomey. Ben Old, he skips away from his marker. Ben Old with a shot straight at Morris. So the Phoenix starting to find their attacking impetus. Ben Old's a guy who's likely to do that for you. Just 18. Of course, all the players in this Wellington Phoenix reserve side are under 20. Ben Old in 10 there, bottom of the picture, was in the New Zealand squad that went to the Under-17 World Cup last year. Mandair's nipped in. Can he get it? He can. Karen Mandair, good strong run. He brings Fergus Neal in. Ball into Acres. Acres takes it away from goal. Neal tries to help out. It's cleared by the Phoenix defence. Good strong run through the middle from Karen Mandair, another young player who's got big wraps around the Hawke's Bay area. Referee's just wanting a word with somebody here, somebody on the Hawke's Bay United bench. I think he's complaining to Chris Greatholder about his position, perhaps. John Robery there, the 4th official, has gone across to have a chat to Chris Greatholder, himself a former Napier City Rovers player of some repute. Come off the Phoenix last. Jackson Woods has had an energetic start to the game, getting nice and involved early on. I quite like the back 3 that Hawke's Bay are setting up with. It has allowed the likes of Woods and Neal to get forward fairly regularly. They seem to have been relatively untroubled at the back as a result, but they might have a bit of work to do here. Hoyle sliding in. We'll play forward again. It's Ben Old again. He's left-footed. You don't want to let him get on his left foot. They have, you know, and it's just wide from Ben Old. It was beating Scott Morris and his despairing dive, but it also defeated the post. We saw Old score a couple of goals against Waitakere, one from an almost identical position, and as the ball left his boot, you thought the next stop might be the back of the net, just wide from Ben Old. Game's got a nice open feel to it. Opportunities for both sides already in the first 17 and a half minutes. Mandir again busy in midfield. Gould has dropped deep to help out, and he's helped that one on. Now he moves further forward. This is Jesse Randall, who lost his footing just momentarily. Karen Mandir in now to George Akers. Can he line up a shot into a crowd of players? Still there for Akers, battling away, and his tenacity almost paid dividends. Picked up by Vickers. They'll recalibrate through the back three. Robertson and now Hoyle. Robertson looking for Jackson Woods on this near side. Rodwell goes through the back of him. Illegally, says referee Ben O'Connell. And Hawke's Bay United will have the opportunity to swing in this set piece. And it looks as though it's Jesse Randall making his way over to do just that. Jesse Randall is off to Northern Kentucky University next year, so I believe he may be heading off in the early part of 2021, so might only be a couple of games left for Jesse Randall for Hawke's Bay United. He'll try and make the most of those games and of this set-piece situation. Dealt with initially by the Phoenix, though. Mandir's going to go back to Woods, who stationed himself at the back while his defensive teammates went forward for the set-piece. Jesse Randall has long been talked about as a really good prospect in New Zealand football. Golden Boot runner-up in the Central League this year for North Wellington with 18 goals. Picked up the award for not only the Footballer of the Year, but the Futsal Player of the Year at the recent Wellington Secondary School Sports Awards. Hawke's Bay again looking to make inroads down the right-hand side. Vickers is over there. Neal comes in to take the throw. Gould is there or thereabouts. Now Akers making himself available. He's been prominent early. George Akers gets the ball again. Lines up the shot, but no power in it. And once again, Alex Paulson untroubled. But I do like the way that Hawke's Bay United have started this game. They seem to have good intent. The formation's good. I like the introduction of George Akers up top for them. He's linking well early with Randall, with Gould. Fullbacks or wing-backs getting nice and high. That ball hits the top of our commentary position. You might have heard the thump. Is there an end product, though, for Hawke's Bay United as they look to try and open the scoring here in the Hutt Valley? Gould can't hold on to it. Rodwell just looking for a way to get this one away. Eventually he gets a hand from Sermon. Still there, though, for the men from the Bay. Unfortunately, it's a cheap foul given up by Jackson Woods on Ben Old as he shepherded that one. Milked the foul somewhat from Jackson Woods. This is round 5 action in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership. Another game going on at the moment at Seddon Fields with Waitakere United hosting league leaders Hamilton Wanderers. A couple of games tomorrow as well. Eastern Suburbs against Team Wellington at Medill's Farm. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. And then Canterbury United against Auckland City at English Park. Hawke's Bay almost got themselves into a spot of bother trying to pass that one out. They have given up a throw, but they're back in numbers. Unable to control it as Hillis for the Phoenix. Rodwell helps it forward again. Hillis once again can't get a foot on it and bounces harmlessly through to Scott Morris. So all the games, of course, are on Sky Sport Next, which is where you're watching the action from Lower Hutt this afternoon. The Canterbury United Auckland City game is on Sky Sport 7 tomorrow afternoon from 4. Latest Phoenix attack is broken up. Caelan Gould can't quite get a foot on the rebound. There again for Mandare, who's had a good start to this game. Can't quite find the pass to Randall. Gould brings it down with lovely control. Still there for Caelan Gould. Can he find a pass? He does to Randall, but Randall's pass back to him. And Gould just a bit frustrated there, but it finds its way back to Mandare, so it's still there for Hawke's Bay United. Nice ball into Randall. Jesse Randall looks to pass it in. Still there for Akers. Still there for Hawke's Bay, but hacked away. That was nearly, but not quite for Hawke's Bay United in the first quarter of this game. Here's Ben Old now breaking forward for the Phoenix. That one was aimed for Bidwar. Didn't quite find its way through to him. But a head tennis in the middle of the park. Woods puts a big right boot to it. And in fact, it's turned out okay. It's turned into a pretty good pass for Fergus Neal. His target is Akers. Flicked on towards Randall. Can't bring it down. Still there for Hawke's Bay, and Fergus Neal looking to recycle. How's the cross towards the far post? It's not bad. Away by Rodwell. And Ben Old completing the job. Almost given away again. And it has been given away and recollected by Hawke's Bay United. Here's Caelan Gould looking to open his account. What a save by Paulson. That is a terrific save by Alex Paulson. As Caelan Gould saw that one run past him, the left-footed effort. Let's have another look at it. Just one look up and the shot towards the near post. Great positioning from Alex Paulson, who's been very, very good in goal for the Phoenix this season. Another member of that under-19, or rather under-17 squad at the 2019 World Cup last year. And looking every inch a really, really competent gloveman is Alex Paulson. Had to be there. Resulting corner is cleared by the Phoenix. Fergus Neal can't find a teammate, or he can actually. My apologies. Now it's with Jesse Randall driving into the penalty area. Danger when he's on the ball. Pulls it back. Dealt with by the Phoenix, and then the shot came in from Corey Vickers, and that one's ended up over the top of the fence and away. So Jesse Randall, when he's on the ball, always looks likely to set something up. He's got eager recipients and the likes of Gould and Akers. They just seem to have a lot more energy today, Hawke's Bay, than perhaps they have in previous games. What they really need is a goal, just to put a stamp on their dominance that they've had in the first 25 minutes of this game. It's not to say the Phoenix haven't had their chances, and they might get another one here, although that one's a little bit too far ahead of George Ott, who rather Bidwar, who gave up the chase fairly early. Wellington Phoenix reserves already up off the bench, doing some warm-ups behind Scott Morris's goal. Randall holds off his defender but can't quite control it. Strong header from Hoyle. Away by Sermon. This is Ben Old again, always very, very good with ball at feet. Ben Old, such good close control. Rodwell, clever from the fullback. Into Old again. Gould comes back, can't stop his progress, but it's just a bit far ahead of Ben Old that time, and Bill Robertson stepped in. Now Jesse Randall, he can't hold on to it either, with Hillis and Sermon there. And then the foul by Randall, was it on Sermon? Phoenix thought so, not given by the referee. Son's played forward. Here's Jesse Randall. He's got Akers in the middle with him. But ball taken off him. Half-hearted appeal for handball against Adam Hillis, but the referee never really looked likely to rule in the favour there of the attacking side. Bill Robertson, meantime, has come through the back of George Ott. And I wonder whether the referee might just want to have a little bit of a word with Bill Robertson here. I don't think this is worthy of a yellow card, more of a talking to for the experienced Bill Robertson. 36 years old now, had 4 seasons with Team Wellington. Was a champion with them in 2015-16 and 16-17. Returned to Hawke's Bay United last season. Has the most appearances in the history of the franchise. Bill Robertson still going and still looking fit enough to keep going for perhaps another 3 or 4 years, you'd have to think. Almost a chance for Bidwar there. The ball wouldn't quite fall his way. First 27 minutes of this game have gone by very quickly. Plenty of action for the crowd to enjoy. There might be more here with Randall, but assistant referee on the far side judging a foul there by Jesse Randall. Sean Lau and Mark Rule, our assistant referees today. There's Jalen Rodwell on the ball again. Clever feet from the young Phoenix players, Van Rysel. Now Old looking for the run from Bark on the far side. Harry Bark, faced by Fergus Neal. Looks to get past the experienced defender. Can't do so. And Fergus Neal doing enough and using all that experience to shepherd it out for a goal kick. Fergus Neal was another player who played some football in the capital. He had the 15-16 season with Team Wellington. Always been a Hawke's Bay boy at heart, though, has Fergus Neal, co-captain of the side with Jim Hoyle. Mentioned goal scoring before. Wellington Phoenix have scored the first goal in just one of their 4 games so far this season. They tend to score goals nearer the end of games. 3 of their 5 goals have come in the last 15 minutes of matches. They also tend to concede, though, in that little time segment as well. This is Adam Hillis at the base of the midfield. Good pass to Riley Bidwar, who's got a bit of real estate to work with here. If he can keep it in, he can. Just gets a bit of a helping hand from the corner flag there. Ball into the penalty area. Brilliantly brought down by Toomey. Tries to set up Van Rysel. Back across goal it comes. Hoyle gets it half away. Neal completes the job. Old hacks it towards goal. Lovely touch in amongst all that from Lewis Toomey as the ball came in from Riley Bidwar. He trapped it dead on the 6-yard box, facing the wrong way, and then tried to tee up Oliver Van Rysel. Couldn't quite get it together, though, the Wellington Phoenix side, to test Scott Morris. Bidwar again is denied by the challenge of Jim Hoyle. Caden Atkins going to try and run this one out. It's a little bit dangerous from Caden Atkins, but I think he's going to get out of it okay. Ball is out for a Phoenix throw, though. So, as I said before, neither of these two teams have too many qualms about the strategy of passing it out or even dribbling it out from the back. Sermon's going to go all the way back to Paulson on this occasion, though. So again, he doesn't go long. They're happy to play the little triangles, which is great to see. Mandair, though, steps in and wins possession for Hawke's Bay. Really well done from Karen Mandair. Randall is ahead of him. Here comes Mandair into Caelan Gould. Is this the moment? It's wide from Gould. Excellent build-up play from Karen Mandair as he won the ball first of all and then fed it into Gould. And you could see what Gould was trying to do with the outside of his left foot. He was trying to sort of curl it into that corner. Didn't quite get the contact he was after. Caelan Gould, and Paulson didn't have to make the save. But Mandair has been very, very good in the first half hour. Centre a picture there, number 8 for Hawke's Bay United. Looks a very, very good player. Crowd waiting expectantly for the game's opening goal. Crowded penalty area here. Jackson Woods thought about the first time shot, but then thought, no, I'll take it in. Tried to feed Randall, still there for Woods. Behind it goes off Rodwell for another corner for Hawke's Bay United. So the likes of Jackson Woods and Fergus Neal making themselves a bit of a nuisance. Here is the run again from Jackson Woods. He poked it into Rodwell, who did really well to stay with him, actually, Jalen Rodwell. Good defending from the Phoenix's number 13. Corner results, though, towards the near post, and they can't quite clear it, the Phoenix. Coming back, the shot comes in from Neal, straight at Paulson. Alex Paulson saw that one coming from a long way out, off the boot of Fergus Neal. And a comfortable save in the end for Alex Paulson. Hawke's Bay come again, and that was a shove by Harry Bark. Now, the referee might have a look at this one. He's going to have a word to Harry Bark, and once again I think it might just be a bit of a talking to. You wonder if at some stage the referee might decide that he's done enough talking, Ben O'Connell, and he might issue a yellow. But it's good to see he's let the game flow. There hasn't been too many free kicks really, and as I say, just the chat for the likes of Bark and Bill Robertson earlier on. I know that they're on notice now, if we can call it that. In the meantime, it's going to be Mandare to launch this one in for Hawke's Bay United. Plenty to aim at there. Phoenix get it away. Rodwell now looking for his best option. Old in a tight area. Tries to dink the ball in, back by Robertson. Caelan Gould seizes upon it. Tries to find a pass to Akers. Randall steps in. Here is Jesse Randall. Up and over from Jesse Randall. They're knocking on the door. Hawke's Bay United. Ball across the face of the penalty area. Jesse Randall a couple of touches there, and then the effort which once again Paulson saw coming and was happy to fly past the frame of his goal. But they do have a number of attacking threats. Each of Akers, Randall and Gould have had opportunities in the first 34 minutes here. You'd have to think at some stage they'll get some sort of result from them. Hawke's Bay throw to be taken by Jackson Woods, just in front of us. Up in the air from Van Rysel. Mandare wins the header. And must have come off the Phoenix player last, is the referee, although no, they're going to go the other way, are they? Yeah, I was reasonably positive that Mandare got the last touch on that one, and eventually the outcome is that. Good play by Ott. And Old, and now Bidwar. Can he find Ott? He can. Is there an end product here for the Phoenix? Ott squares it back. Toomey's there. Beaten to it by Neil. Good interplay in the lead up to that from the Wellington Phoenix, involving the likes of Ott and Old and Bidwar, but no end product as Lewis Toomey was raiding up looking for a pass across the penalty area. Still there for Wellington though. Old. Gould is back defending, and he's going to come away with the ball here. Is he Caelan Gould? He's done well. He's going to get on the end of it, and if he can find the pass to Randall or perhaps run himself. He can't get it past Curtis Mogg, who almost saw that one roll under his feet. Just got his legs in the right position there, did Curtis Mogg. Otherwise that ball was through to Randall. Good game of football unfolding in front of us here on Sky Sport Next. 10 minutes to go until half time. Caelan Gould again, energetic. Woods. Randall is his target. Sermon's come across to try and slow his progress. Just a little slip there from Jesse Randall. And he's done well to hold on to the ball, Jesse Randall. Ball towards the far post, headed away by Curtis Mogg. Bidwar back, trying to help out, almost gave the ball away. Has given the ball away, Fergus Neal. Akers going across, Bark scurries back and whacks it away. Hawke's Bay United committing good numbers forward here in every attack. Vickers will get a second bite at it. Mandare. A rare misplaced pass from Karen Mandare. And now Wellington with a chance to counter-attack through Jalen Rodwell. Hasn't got a heck of a lot of options at the moment, but he'll find Bidwar, will he? Well, it was on his boot. Riley Bidwar couldn't quite keep it in, but he has, or couldn't quite control it rather. He has kept it in. Toomey. Bark into Bidwar and back to Bark, the clever interplay. Is there an end product? Again, the answer is no. And industrious and industrial clearance by Bill Robertson. Toomey again for Wellington. Rodwell under pressure from Randall. Does well, Jalen Rodwell. Out of the Ole Football Academy. A number of players in this Wellington Phoenix side come from the Ole Football Academy, including Van Rysel, Rodwell, Alex Clayton, who's on the bench today, Case Sims, the reserve goalkeeper, Oscar Hoff, who's not in the match day squad today. They're all out of the Ole Football Academy in Western Suburbs, part of the team that were runners-up in the Central League this season. Now Ben Old again. Has he got a sight for goal? Here's Rodwell getting forward. Back it goes, and then the shot up and over. And hands to the head. And is that Riley Bidwar who couldn't quite direct that one? Back across from Rodwell. And up and over she went. I talked about the fullbacks for Hawke's Bay United, or the wing-backs getting forward. Jalen Rodwell's done really well down this side in an attacking sense as well. Haven't seen quite so much from Harry Bark on the other side. Seen plenty from Ben Old, who's leaving Gould in his wake, into Ott. Now Bidwar, Van Rysel, George Ott. Bark joins in. Now Lewis Toomey, ball into the area. Headed up in the air by George Ott, who couldn't cushion it into the path of a teammate or really fashion a header on goal. .6 minutes plus stoppages until half-time here at the Rico Sports Centre at Fraser Park. No score between these two, but not from a lack of trying. Mandir. Woods is his target with a bit of real estate to work in. Down Hawke's Bay's left. Short pass to Akers and towards Randall. Randall just about took that off the toe, actually, of Fergus Neal, who was joining the attack down the far side. Ball played forward. Here's an opportunity for the Phoenix, is it? No, it's Bidwar chasing after it, but Scott Morris well aware of the danger. Misplaced pass for Wellington and by Adam Hillis. Mandir again into Gould. He can't quite get the right touch forward to Akers. Clever play by Curtis Mogg. Very cool-headed. Now run forward by Lewis Toomey. Still running with ball at feet. Mandir gets back and does well. Squirts out to Ben Old. Toomey has stayed down under that challenge from Karen Mandir. This is Van Rysel. Are they going to put this one out so that he can get some attention? They are. It's a rather frustrated Ben Old who puts this one over the sideline, because they were building what looked to be quite a promising attack there. But Lewis Toomey came together with Karen Mandir as he broke forward. It was a good run forward by Lewis Toomey. Mandir tracked him all the way, and might be a bit of attention needed for Lewis Toomey, although he seems to be back on his feet. He is walking rather gingerly. 19-year-old, 14 games last season, but no goals. He scored 9 in 17 games for Lower Hutt City during the winter. Just waiting to see whether Lewis Toomey is going to need any assistance. He's still there and doesn't appear to be summoning a physio or any sort of medical assistant. So that was a shame for Wellington, who, as I say, were building quite nicely there in the attacking third, but with Toomey down, Ben Old had little other option really than to kick it out. Given away again by Paulson. Gould can't take advantage. So just a couple of the passes out from the back from the Wellington Phoenix in particular, they'll be causing a few heart palpitations for the coaching staff. Paul Temple in charge of the Phoenix Academy, of course, assisted by Steve Coleman and Callum Holmes. Bidwar finds Bark. Toomey is back in the running on the far side. Doesn't seem too troubled by any injury. Rodwell forward again for the Phoenix. Plays it in. Ball in the penalty area. It's under the feet of Lewis Toomey. Tries to free it up. Shot from Ott. Shot from Old, tries to curl one, radar slightly off from Ben Old. Hawke's Bay United coached by Chris Greatholder, assisted by Bill Robertson, player assistant coach, of course. The centre back for Hawke's Bay United, Jonathan Gould, is the goalkeeping coach, a well-known name around football circles, former goalkeeping coach for the Wellington Phoenix, of course, and also Scottish international goalkeeper and long-time custodian for Celtic. Son too of Bobby Gould, the famous football manager who guided Wimbledon to that FA Cup final win over Liverpool in 1988. Scott Morris, the goalkeeper for Hawke's Bay, is actually living, I understand, at Jonathan Gould's house. Got a bit of a sleep out at the back. Scott Morris lives out there. They train together every morning. Great footballing education for Scott Morris, the young 19-year-old goalkeeper, being guided by Jonathan Gould. Might have a bit of work to do here, Morris, as the Phoenix come forward again. Old, return pass. Here's Ben Old again, but once again, it's off target from Ben Old. He's got a taste for it. He's had 3 or 4 efforts on that left foot of his, which is normally fairly educated. Hasn't yet really tested Scott Morris in goal for Hawke's Bay United. But the encouraging thing for the Phoenix, I guess, is that the opportunities are at least coming for them. Heading towards the final minute of this first half. Delayed kickoff here due to travel delays for Hawke's Bay United, both in their bus from the airport and then when they were on the bus. Can they fashion something near the end of this first half? Caelan Gould will certainly want to. Across goal it goes. Randall couldn't catch up with it, neither could Akers. Not sure whether that's a cross or a shot from Caelan Gould. We'll say it's a cross. He had a couple of his teammates there with him. Maybe looking to find one of them with the ball across the face of the penalty area. John Robury on the far side, the 4th official, is preparing the board with the minimum number of extra minutes to be added. Can't imagine there'd be too many. An injury a short time ago from Lewis Toomey, maybe a couple of minutes to be added at the end of this first half, which has been pretty free-flowing. Jackson Woods wins a free kick for Hawke's Bay United late in the half. And John Robury signals there'll be a minimum of just the 1 minute of added time. So just enough time for Hawke's Bay United perhaps to snatch a goal at the end of this first half. It'll be Mandare who delivers it. Paulson comes and claims well. Good, competent goalkeeping from Alex Paulson. Almost slipped out of his hands, actually, as he went to throw that one out. No harm done. And the Phoenix perhaps with the last opportunity of the first half. In towards Ben Old. Fergus Neal was there. So too Scott Morris. Tidied up without too many problems by Scott Morris. So we've had the save from Paulson from Caelan Gould's shot at the near post, which is probably the best opportunity for either of these two sides in the first half. Ben Old's had a number of opportunities to score, or certainly to line up shots at goal. There's been a lot of attacking intent from Hawke's Bay United, but as our referee brings the first half to a close, it is goalless here at the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park. It's been a good game of football. There's been good attacking intent, good cohesive interplay, and a few chances for both sides. But as we go to the break here at Fraser Park, it's a goalless first half. The Wellington Phoenix 0, Hawke's Bay United 0. Welcome back to the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. Players and officials making their way back out for the second half as the substitutes finish their half-time show, make their way back to the respective benches. 0-0 at half-time. Good attacking open game. Hawke's Bay United in particular looking likely in that first half. The Phoenix have had some opportunities though, as the likes of Toomey, Bidwar and Ott in shot there have fashioned a few openings. Ben Old as well in 10 there, right of screen, has had a few sighters. Nothing yet to show for their endeavour though. George Akers, Jesse Randall, Caelan Gould, and I must make an apology and a correction to the pronunciation of Karan Mandair. And he has been excellent, Mandair. So my apologies for the mispronunciation of his Christian name, Karan Mandair, as we're underway in the second half here at the Ricoh Sports Centre. Wellington Phoenix Academy, all in yellow, now attacking the goal to our left. Hawke's Bay United in the darker strip, kicking now to the right of your screen. Phoenix come out with good intent early in the second half. Harry Barks made a good run all the way over on this left-hand side. He's not going to get the ball, though, as it's broken up by Hawke's Bay United. So Hawke's Bay have kept their record intact of not conceding a first-half goal. That's 5 games now, during which they have yet to concede a goal in the first half. They're the only team who can boast that record this season. The trick now, I guess, is to score one at the other end, because despite that record, as we know, they've lost all 4 of their games. So having not conceded at all in the first half of matches, they've let 10 in the 4 second halves that they've played. So that'll be something they want to address today, as well as trying to pop a couple in the back of the net themselves. No changes that we can see for either side here, as the familiar style of Ben Old running forward, ball at feet. Is he going to unleash himself? Instead comes across to Toomey, looks to curl one. Well, we had a good angle on that one from behind Lewis Toomey, whose hands go to his head. Good save by Morris in the end, but as the ball came to Toomey, he looked up and looked to try and curl that one. I think he was aiming to the top corner there. Didn't get the connection right, but the angle was great from where we're watching. Now down the other end go Hawke's Bay, and a great save by Paulson as that one come in from Akers. Another excellent save from Alex Paulson. So Hawke's Bay United, having defended one at the other end, came down, and Randall, and then Akers with the shot. Good save from Paulson. That's a really good piece of goalkeeping again from Alex Paulson, who's been one of the best in the league in the first 4 and now 5 rounds of this season. Just really excellent goalkeeping. Some more work to do perhaps now for Paulson. Deep one, which the Phoenix just have a bit of trouble dealing with. Still there on the edge for Corey Vickers. Now Fergus Neal back out to Gould. He plants it back in, and the numbers are there for the Phoenix to get it away, but yeah, they have eventually managed to do that, and danger averted. Referee just making a point about where that throw-in should be taken from. Harry Bark has come forward to complete those duties for the Phoenix. George Akers has had a good game. Of course, played his winter football for Miramar Rangers. I mentioned before the Western Suburbs finishing second. I'll come back to it because here come the Phoenix now. It's George Ott. Can he get a side on goal? Ott, he can. He bangs it into Robertson. Behind it goes for a corner. Miramar Rangers, just to complete that piece of information, that George Akers played for in the winter, were the winners of Central League. He was a big part of that team, George Akers. He's now having to come back to do some defensive work for Hawke's Bay United, but he played every game, including 17 starts of 18 games. New Zealand under-20 international. As I say, hasn't always played up top, but is today and is doing a good job of it. It's now Hawke's Bay United with some defensive work to do, though, as the Phoenix line up a set-piece routine of sorts. Toomey's going to deliver it. Holds up in the breeze, bouncing around. Up there was Sermon trying to get some sort of shot away. That one's come off Caelan Gould, who can't quite get the ball under his control as it bounced around on the turf here. Vickers and Bark together. Wellington Phoenix have started the second half nice and brightly. Rodwell was probably their best in the first half. Breaking forward now into Ben Old. Clever feet on the edge of the area from Old. Can he find a teammate? We still have possession. Toomey is there. Lewis Toomey. And as he tried to slide a ball through, it deflected off a Hawke's Bay player and back into the grateful hands of Scott Morris. Phoenix again. This time it's the run of Riley Bidwar. He's stopped in his tracks. Well, he's not quite stopped in his tracks. It's there for Ott. Can Ott turn and shoot and score? George Ott opens the scoring for the Wellington Phoenix. Really good industrious work in the build-up from Riley Bidwar. It looked as though the chance had gone, but when it fell to the big, tall 19-year-old wearing number 19, George Ott, he turned and planted it past Morris. Nice turn, good finish. George Ott with his first goal of the season for the Wellington Phoenix reserves and puts his side into a 1-0 lead early in the second half. Good work from Bidwar in the build-up. A tidy finish from George Ott. And Hawke's Bay United, well, we were just talking about how they had once again gone a first half without conceding, have conceded their 11th second half goal of the season. And it's come from the left foot of George Ott. So the Phoenix draw first blood at Fraser Park. Hawke's Bay looking to bite straight back through Fergus Neal. That's too far ahead of Randall. Might fall though for the shot on the far side from Jackson Woods. As Hawke's Bay look to bite back almost immediately. Here they come again through Gould. Now Jesse Randall taken off his toe by Finn Sermon. Good composed defending there by Sermon, and 5 for the Phoenix. So George Ott joins the list of goal scorers for Wellington this season. Old's got a couple of goals. Bidwar and Van Hattem have also scored goals. There's been an own goal as well, and now George Ott adds his name to the list of scorers for the Wellington Phoenix Academy side. Still plenty of work to do though for the home team, and some defending now from a set-piece situation. Jesse Randall no doubt will be in and around this one. George Akers has come across to either lend a hand or some advice. Plenty up for Hawke's Bay. Robertson is there, also Vickers, Caden Atkins, Hoyle is there, Gould, Mandair and Neal just lurking on the edge. So is it going to be the left foot of Akers or the right foot of Randall? It is going to be Randall who delivers it, and onto the roof of the net from Jesse Randall. In fact, the touch from Paulson there to divert it over because a corner has been given. Let's have another look as Randall let fly. I think that was defeating the crossbar, but Alex Paulson just making sure. Akers is going to take the resulting corner, and that has gone behind, so a bit wasteful from George Akers that time. And the pressure valve is released for the Wellington Phoenix. Well, they've shown plenty of endeavour, Hawke's Bay United. You certainly would not count them out. If they can just put a bit of polish onto some of these moves, the likes of Akers and Gould and Randall. I've got Gavin Hoy as an option on the bench as well if Chris Greatholder wants to add a different kind of attacking impetus. James Mack is there as well. Be interesting to see how the Wellington Phoenix attack the rest of this game. It's far too early just to be sitting back with only 9 minutes gone in the second half. But wins have been fairly hard to come by for them this season as well. Just the one in their 4 matches. Of course, they held the lead right up until the 94th minute against Hamilton Wanderers a week ago before conceding the penalty, which in his programme notes today, Paul Temple described as soft. They were very disappointed not to come away with all 3 points from Porritt Stadium last week. Once again, they find themselves into a 1-0 lead, and they'll want to try and extend that. Bark and Neal together. Fergus Neal's experience doing the trick. And away from Atkins. Back in from Mogg. Toomey battling away with Vickers. Well played by Lewis Toomey. Gets away from Corey Vickers. And it goes to Ott. Toomey gets it back off him, but really good defensive work from Mandair. Once again, he's prominent. He's trying to set George Akers away. Just the touch from Sermon. Akers wants to take it quickly to find Randall. Can't, but does get it back. George Akers, he's becoming more and more prominent. Breezes just about past his man there, but well defended at the end of the day by Wellington. Once again, a chance for Caelan Gould. Across the boxes, it's the equaliser from Randall. Another terrific piece of goalkeeping from Alex Paulson. Point blank from Jesse Randall. Gould's pass across the face of goal. It looked inevitable that Jesse Randall would square the ledger, but for the left foot of Alex Paulson. What a save that is. Corner results. Neal drifts it in. Paulson climbs high and is secure in his management of that cross. He has made a number of terrific saves today, Alex Paulson, as he did last week against Hamilton Wanderers, as he has really in every game. He might be in action again here with Vickers breaking forward. In towards Akers. Runs away on the turf from George Akers. Paulson there or thereabouts realised he didn't have to make the save. But when that ball was played back by Caelan Gould and Jesse Randall, who has been the only goal scorer so far this season for Hawke's Bay United, it looked for all the world as though he was going to draw his side level at 1-1. But Alex Paulson made himself big, got a right foot in the way and kept his sheet clean for the meantime. Warning shot across the bow though for the Phoenix. Neal aiming for Caelan Gould. He tries to make it difficult for Harry Bark, kept in by Van Rysel, but Gould's done well to get it back. Van Rysel back now. Neal is there to help out, and has won a side of corner, has he? Yep, that's gone behind off Harry Bark for another corner. Once again, George Akers comes across to apply the left-footed delivery. Plenty of men forward as well for Hawke's Bay. Akers drives it in. Out it goes. Shot up and over. So again, it comes to nothing for Hawke's Bay United. 12.5 minutes gone, second half. Phoenix lead 1-0 thanks to the goal from George Ott. First goal of the season for him. Separates the sides at the moment. Rodwell in a battle on the far side with Woods. Wins the battle and the throw. Clever. And now Ben Old looks up, sees the run of Lewis Toomey. Toomey's one-on-one here. Doesn't win the battle with Caden Atkins coming across. Good composed defending from Caden Atkins. And offside flag is raised. The change coming on the far side for Wellington. Toomey. I like the look of this one. He does. Lewis Toomey. Just wide of the post from Lewis Toomey. And substitute coming now for the Phoenix. Here's the shot from Toomey. And the change is made. It's going to be Henry Hamilton into the action. Off to Maryland University in January. Henry Hamilton, he's into the game in 8, taking the place of Adam Hillis. So that might just be a like for like, with Hamilton to sit in front of the back 4. Another member of that New Zealand side that went to the World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup last year. A number of players in this Wellington Phoenix Academy side, part of that particular squad. Henry Hamilton, another one. Bidwar and Ott, and now Toomey just do a bit of shuttling across the back 4. Ball given away. Rodwell is there for the Phoenix. Paulson clears away after the back pass from Bark. Clever from Ben Old, but he's not able to quite keep it in. Good close control on the far side, but ball found its way across the touchline. Vickers. And it's going to be a free kick for Hawke's Bay United. The foul on Jackson Woods. Again, it's that dangerous area. Jackson Woods gets up rather ruefully and jogs back towards halfway. He seems to be given the assignment of staying back when everybody else goes forward. Give him a chance to give the leg a bit of a rub. Just a young man, of course. He no doubt will come out of that fine. So once again, you can see the numbers forward for Hawke's Bay United. Robertson there in 20, Hoyle in 2. Atkins up there as well. And the number 4 jersey. Akers lining this one up. Hawke's Bay searching for an equaliser. Delivery is good again. Up and over it goes. And goal kick results, says the referee. So flicking off the head of a Hawke's Bay player last. Paulson this time not required to make a save. Robertson comes through the back there. I wonder whether that might have been a bit of frustration from Bill Robertson coming through George Ott. It might have been his header that defeated the crossbar just a moment or so ago. Fierce competitor, Bill Robertson. Been around for a long time now, as I mentioned in the first half. Still plenty of time for Hawke's Bay United. Half an hour or so to go in this one. The Phoenix in possession at the moment. Well, yes, they still are. Bark. Ben Rysel. Is cleared away by Bill Robertson, who isn't particularly happy with the clearance. Once again, it slams into our commentary box. Once again, no harm done. Ball boy scampers over a fence to try and grab the ball. Play goes on. Good play by George Ott, the goal scorer. Randall back helping out defensively. Now it's going to be an attacking situation for Randall, and Gould on the ball. Randall ahead of him. Fed by Gould now. Cross into the area was aimed for Akers. Rodwell in the way. Still there for Randall though. Jesse Randall. Across the face of the box. Neil is there. Jesse Randall, can he line up a shot? He can't. I thought he had an opportunity perhaps to pull the trigger. Elected to take another touch. It has gone behind for a corner, but Jesse Randall was getting himself onto that left foot, and there seemed to be an opening for a shot. Corner results. Akers again to take. Again, they all jog forward. And again, it's gone behind for another goal kick. So the delivery's coming in. Hawke's Bay again, their heads on it, but not quite able to divert it goalwards. And Alex Paulson happy to watch another one fly over his crossbar. Robertson decides just to get rid of this one, which is probably the right idea. Toomey's done well to keep that in, actually. A little back heel, but it only as far as Neil. Unfortunately, the pass back to Fergus Neil was not what he was after from Corey Vickers. You can see what Vickers was trying to do, the quick 1-2 down the right-hand side to try and release Fergus Neil. Assured passing in the defensive third from the Phoenix, with Sermon bringing this one forward. He goes long looking for Old, who'd found himself a pocket of space. Good pass too, and a ball in towards the penalty area. No Phoenix player had made that run towards the near post, easily gathered by Morris. Neil is off again. Can't find Akers. Van Rysel tracking back. Another change coming for the Phoenix, and this will be Van Rysel off and Thomas Rainbolt into the action. So Thomas Rainbolt started the first 3 rounds of the season, a sub last week and again today, so he's featured in all 5 games. Thomas Rainbolt, the 19-year-old, he takes the place of Oliver Van Rysel. Rainbolt's first involvement, well, I thought it was going to be a throw, but it's the other way, so he'll have to jog back and do some defending. No changes yet made by Hawke's Bay United. I'd be surprised if we see Gavin Hoy at some stage. He's been a part of the Hawke's Bay front line for every other game. This is the first game he hasn't started. Gavin Hoy, the Canadian striker, he may well be introduced at some stage. Mandare in towards Randall, tries to touch it off to Akers. Gould getting his body there ahead of Rodwell, helps it back. Randall there, Vickers is there. Corey Vickers across goal. Still there for Hawke's Bay through Woods. And the Phoenix hack it clear. Desperate defending by the home side as Hawke's Bay continue to bang on the door here at Fraser Park. Once again, Robertson through the back. This might be a yellow card for Bill Robertson. I think the referee has decided that Bill Robertson has committed enough fouls for him to be the first name into the notebook. So Ben O'Connell produces the yellow card, and it is Bill Robertson who is its recipient. Approaching the midway point in the second half. Second goal now for the Phoenix, you'd have to think would be pretty decisive. They'll, I'm sure, be well aware that they were in a situation last week where they had a 1-0 lead very, very deep into that game against Hamilton Wanderers and were unable to hold on to it. Fergus Neil looking to make things difficult again for the Phoenix, and towards Akers, cleared by Rodwell, who's done really well to come across there and defend in a central position. Of course, as I mentioned in the first half, he's used to defending at centre-back, Jalen Rodwell. Seems as though he has slotted in there, or he might just be there for the meantime, Jalen Rodwell. Let's keep an eye on what they're doing positionally, the Phoenix Academy. It certainly looks as though he's sitting far more centrally now, Jalen Rodwell. Almost gone to a back 5 now. Out of possession have the Phoenix. Fergus Neil again. Harry Bark slides in and gets a whack on the head for his troubles. Hawke's Bay still have it, and they keep going through Caelan Gould. Bark is still down for the Phoenix. They might want to put this out so he can be seen to. They will, because Harry Bark was involved in a very heavy collision there, and inadvertently, I think it was Fergus Neil who came down and landed and made contact with his head. Completely unintentional, but Harry Bark's going to get a bit of attention for the injury he suffered. So just a chance to look ahead to what's coming up. Tomorrow we have Eastern Suburbs against Team Wellington, Medill's Farm, 3 o'clock. Catch that on Sky Sport Next. Canterbury United against Auckland City, English Park and Christchurch, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Next weekend, the Wellington Phoenix are in Auckland at Kiwatia Street to take on Auckland City. Hawke's Bay have a home game on Sunday against Waitakere United, Blue Water Stadium, the beautiful Blue Water Stadium in Napier. We'll play host to that game, and that'll be it for the pre-Christmas segment of the season. Harry Barker's still down here, as you can see on your screen, so just wonder whether there might be another change coming here. Paul Temple's already used 2 of his substitutes. He's still got a change up his sleeve if he wants to make it. Alex Clayton is a defensive player, has been playing at fullback, or does play at fullback for Western Suburbs, so he would be while he normally plays on the right-hand side of the Western Suburbs back 4, he could no doubt slot on the left if Harry Bark isn't able to continue. Jonty Rubos is the other substitute, but he's an attacking player. Referee now just checking on the health of Harry Bark, and he is getting to his feet. So that's good to see that the youngster is, the thumbs up there. The universal signal for he's okay, which is good news. Kicked out by the Phoenix, of course, so George Akers goes across. He'll throw this one back. And we'll carry on. So Harry Bark, in his second start today, he had 3 appearances off the bench, so he's been only ever present. Harry Bark for the Phoenix reserves, and back into the action now as he jogs into position. Rainbolt looking to get involved off the bench, the substitute. He and Ott exchange passes. That's come off Rainbolt though, and gone out for a Hawke's Bay throw. So certainly Jalen Rodwell is now sitting in front of the Wellington Phoenix back 4. Looks as though it might be Hamilton, is it, who's gone over to play at right back. Mogg and Sermon are there. Bark on the left. In fact, it's another substitute which has happened since play's been going on, and Alex Clayton is already into the game. There he is in 2. So the Phoenix have in fact used all 3 of their substitutes already. So Hawke's Bay United, 18 minutes plus stoppages. To try and find a way back into this game. They've certainly had no shortage of set-piece opportunities. Once again, Akers to take this one. Hoyle heads it goalwards. Vickers sprints across to recycle. Beats the attempt to tackle of Bidwa. Back in from Mandir. Rodwell, composed play. One was looking for the run of Bidwa. Karan Mandir is back, mopping up for Hawke's Bay and finding Randall with a good pass. Gould ahead of him. Randall might only have eyes for goal himself. Step overs from Jesse Randall, taken off his toe by Sermon. Akers again, it falls to him. George Akers along the carpet and easily dealt with by Alex Paulson. Toomey looks up, sees the run of Rainbolt, cut out by Atkins. Now Fergus Neal, Vickers, Neal again, into Randall. How's his cross? He pulls it back. Rodwell's there, across the goal it goes towards Gould from Neal, cleared away by Alex Clayton. So some desperate defending going on here from the Wellington Phoenix. You get the feeling they're going to have to soak up a bit more pressure in the final 16 minutes or so of this game if they're to emerge with all 3 points. All hands on deck for the home side as Akers lines up another corner towards the far post. Vickers again is going to have to recycle. Back across goal it goes from Vickers and headed wide, and the hands go to the head. And that might have been Jim Hoyle, was it, with the latest effort on goal. As the ball came across from Vickers, it was Hoyle who met it just wide of the post though. But they are putting the Phoenix under immense pressure, Hawke's Bay United, as they search for a way back into this game. Rainbelt's off on a run if he can be found by his teammates. He's found a way across to him now. Here's Thomas Rainbolt. He might line up the shot! Oh, what a goal that is from Thomas Rainbolt. Off the bench, he had his arm in the air wanting the pass. Eventually it got through to him. And the 19-year-old substitute put his foot through it. His first goal of the season, and the Phoenix into a 2-0 lead. This is well worth another look. The ball found its way across to Rainbolt. Neil couldn't cut it out, and off the crossbar and in from Thomas Rainbolt. He joins George Ott on the score sheet, and with 15 minutes to go, the lead is doubled for the Wellington Phoenix reserves, courtesy of number 11, Thomas Rainbolt, with a thunderbolt to make it 2. Hawke's Bay United, I don't want to labour the point, but that's now 12 goals they've conceded in second halves this season. They might have the chance to get back into it through Randall, straight at Paulson, who is secure. But it has to be something that Chris Greatholder and Bill Robertson will want to address. They're so good defensively in first halves, not conceding at all. Oh, hold the phone because here comes Caelan Gould. But in the second half, it just seems as though they're completely unable to defend as they do in first halves. 12 second half goals they've conceded. Fergus Neal wins his side another corner. They're going to have to bite back almost immediately, you fancy, if they're going to have a chance of coming away from Fraser Park with any points at all. Neal. Now Caelan Gould. Gould lines it up, deflected, and then another absolutely terrific save from Alex Paulson. Corey Vickers with the diving header. Check this out from Alex Paulson as the ball came across from Gould, deflected, Vickers header. What a save from Paulson. He has been tremendous. Hawke's Bay look to test him again. Akers into the box, headed goalwards again, and that's a much more comfortable save. Once again, the diving header, this time from Hoyle. Much more comfortable save from Alex Paulson, but he has made 3 or 4 excellent stops to keep a clean sheet for the Wellington Phoenix reserves today. And if it's the players further forward from him who will get the goal-scoring plaudits, the likes of Ott and Rainbolt, Alex Paulson has had a big say in this game. They might go ahead by even more here. They will through Riley Bidwar. Well, this is getting really ugly for Hawke's Bay United and very pretty indeed for the Wellington Phoenix Academy. Goals in consecutive games for Riley Bidwar. Well, then have another look at this one as it just opened up at the back for him. He got away from Atkins, a couple of touches and an assured left-footed finish past Scott Morris. So Riley Bidwar, a goal scorer against Hamilton Wanderers last week, and again here today. And you'd have to think now the Phoenix have a very firm grip on this game indeed, with just 13 minutes plus stoppages remaining. Rainbolt's goal followed in quick succession by Riley Bidwar's strike, and it's now 3-0 to the Wellington Phoenix reserves. Double change coming for Hawke's Bay United. They'll just perhaps wait for this corner to be taken before they make those changes. Akers has gone across. Robertson with a header towards goal, not troubling Paulson in goal for Hawke's Bay. So changes coming now. Vickers off for Hawke's Bay. And it looks like James Mack is into the action, the American. And the other change, we'll just get that confirmed for you. The other change, looks like Gavin Hoy is into the action for Hawke's Bay United as well. They certainly need some sort of attacking impetus. Mack and Hoy in 16 and 10 on for Hawke's Bay United. But the Wellington Phoenix have gone bang, bang in the second half through Rainbolt and then Bidwar. Alex Paulson, meantime, has pulled off a string of excellent saves. And it's looking very likely now as though the Wellington Phoenix are going to pick up their second win of the season. A win today would take the Phoenix reserves to 7 points on the table. At the moment, their goal difference has gone to +1, so that would be enough to take them past Auckland City, who would still have a game in hand, of course, but for the meantime anyway, the Phoenix would go to 4th with this win and the improvement in their goal difference. They'd still be behind Eastern Suburbs, who also have 7 points, but their goal difference is +5. For Hawke's Bay United, you just wonder what the next move for them is. They're staring down the barrel of a 5th straight defeat to start the season. It would be, if the scoreline remains like this, their 3rd 3-0 defeat. And that speaks a lot to those goals that they've been conceding that we've talked about a couple of times today. Can they find something as we enter the final 10 minutes of this one? Woods tries to sling it across, dealt with by Toomey, who's back defending. Bark looking to make things difficult for Atkins, doing it illegally, says the referee. Hawke's Bay just need to get things going now. There's Mack and Hoy, the 2 substitutes, looking to combine. You can see what Hoy was looking for there. It was Randall. Gets it back off Fergus Neal, does Gavin Hoy. Into the penalty area, away by Sermon. Mandair hasn't been quite as prominent in the second half. Still full of running though. Rodwell, he's slotted effortlessly into that new position in front of the back 4. Clayton out at right back, his Western Suburbs teammate. So recapping the goal scoring we've seen in the second half, George Ott made it 1-0 5 minutes into the second half. Thomas Rainbolt doubled the advantage after 75 minutes, and then Riley Bidwar with a goal just a couple of minutes after that to take it to 3-0. It's Gavin Hoy looking to add some energy off the bench. Atkins. Mack. James Mack can't bring that one down. They're going to get another opportunity though with the ball recycled. Over towards Fergus Neal, who's got plenty of room to measure across, and instead he goes into Hoy. Hoy is with his back to goal. Back it goes to James Mack, who lets fly into Lewis Toomey, who does good defensive work and then might try and turn this into attack here. Jalen Rodwell looks up. Is there a mini break on here for the Phoenix reserves? Rainbolt, who's already got 1 goal today, not quite able to haul that one in. Thomas Rainbolt. Paul Temple will be delighted, I'm sure. It's been a disrupted day, disrupted and really disruptive day for Hawke's Bay United. Their bus wasn't on time to take them from Wellington Airport to Fraser Park. Once they got on the bus, they got stuck in the log jam caused by an accident on State Highway 2. And when the game did eventually get started 45 minutes late, they looked good in the first half. They were the better side, I thought. But their second half defensive woes have come back to haunt them again, and they'll go away empty-handed, it seems, with only 6 minutes plus stoppages to play. Can't see them pulling back 3 goals in that time. And if anything, they've got a bit more defending to do here as the Phoenix break forward again through Ben Old. What a run it is. Mandare brings him down. It's all fair enough, says the referee, who was in close attendance, you have to say, as Ben Old burst into the area, shoulder to shoulder with Karan Mandare, and judged by the referee to have been within the letter of the law. Randall again trying to get something going with Woods on the far side. Hawke's Bay looking for a switch of play. Atkins wants it. He's got to retreat in order to do that, back into his own half. Mandare's pass is cut out by Clayton, but he almost heads it back into a bit of a dangerous area. Cleared away by the Phoenix reserves. Hoy is back there, winning possession back for Hawke's Bay United. Robertson steps forward with ball at feet. No real options at the moment, so he has to go back to Mack. Mandare. Nice ball into Randall. Nice ball into Akers, who can't quite control it. That was really good play until that point. Ball into the feet of Randall, who teed it up for Akers, but his first touch just let him down at the inopportune moment. And he couldn't get it under control and fashion a shot towards Alex Paulson's goal. Toomey, clever in midfield and sends Park away to the delight of a couple of spectators not far from me. Rainbolt looking for a bursting run through the middle, which came, but picked up by Mandare. Mandare thought about a switch of play. Said goes back through Robertson and out to Hoyle. 3.5 to go as Hoyle with a raking pass aimed for George Akers, but the wind caught it and behind it went. Final change coming for Hawke's Bay United now. And it's Jesse Randall who's making his way off. Just pick up a number on the substitution there for Hawke's Bay. In the meantime, the Phoenix come away with it again. Rainbolt's got a bit of a taste for it. He's already got 1 goal. Here's Thomas Rainbolt, pulls it back. Is this a 4th for Wellington? No Phoenix player there, and Robertson able to go across and mop up. New man for Hawke's Bay United is Cameron Emerson in 15. He's taken his place up top in place of Jesse Randall. In fact, it's Zach Madsen is it in 19. He wasn't listed on the team sheet, but it seems he's wearing number 19, unless my eyes are deceiving me. Here's Robertson. Final couple of minutes for the Wellington Phoenix to negotiate. The points are safe. I want to keep the clean sheet though, and Alex Paulson will certainly be determined to do that. He's had a big say in it. Corner 1 for Hawke's Bay United. And George Akers again has gone across to take this one as we head towards the final minute of regulation time here at Fraser Park. Umpteenth corner swung in by Akers. Hand on it from Paulson, diverts it behind for another one, so Hoy's gone across to save Akers the job. A goal now would only be a consolation for Hawke's Bay United as we enter the final minute here at the Ricoh Sports Centre. Hoy swings it in towards the near post, easily dealt with by Toomey. Back from Neil towards Mack and out towards Hoy again. Here's a taken off him by Thomas Rainbolt, who's had a really good impact on this game. It's off Rainbolt though for what will be a Hawke's Bay throw. Mandir. Play from Harry Bark there, who's managed to keep that one in and set up what could be another attack for the Phoenix. Toomey and Hoy together. Lewis Toomey does well to hold on to that one and then goes all the way home to Alex Paulson. "45 minutes are up here in the second half. An extra 3 to be played. The Phoenix looking for perhaps a cherry on top. Hawke's Bay looking for a consolation goal. Mandir trying to provide the impetus for it. It all goes wrong up top though for Hawke's Bay United. And now the Phoenix do have another opportunity to break late in this game. Great play by Thomas Rainbolt, who's using step-overs inside and outside from Thomas Rainbolt. Looks to set up Ott. Defended by Hawke's Bay as the final rights of this game are played out. It's been a really good second half performance from the Wellington Phoenix, who were outplayed in the first half by a Hawke's Bay side who came in with real energy and vigour. But the second half has been all Wellington Phoenix as far as the goal scoring is concerned. Hawke's Bay have had their opportunities, but Alex Paulson's been a real thorn in their side and a barrier in their way. Hoy goes towards the near post, and there is Paulson who gathers that one comfortably. He'll be happy with his day, no doubt, as will Paul Temple, and Steve Coleman and Callum Holmes, the coaching staff at the Phoenix Reserves. For Hawke's Bay United, they'll have to lick their wounds and get themselves ready for their next assignment next Sunday at home to Waitakere United. Phoenix Reserves now just seeing this one out, or is there one final sting in the tail? Toomey to Rainbolt, who's been forced a little bit wide. Gets the shot of sorts in. Morris untroubled on that occasion, though. Hoy now looking for Akers, who had drifted into an offside position. So nothing has gone particularly right for Hawke's Bay United, particularly in the second half today. They will lose a 5th straight game in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership. The Wellington Phoenix will pick up a 2nd win and leap up to 4th on the table for the meantime. Calls for handball against Curtis Mogg. Play allowed to go on. And eventually the free kick does go the way of Hawke's Bay United. We've had the extra 3 minutes. So we're in the hands of our referee, Ben O'Connell, now, as to how many extra minutes or even seconds he adds. He has decreed that there is at least time for this free kick to be taken. So Hawke's Bay United looking for a consolation goal. It's towards Robertson. Up in there it goes, and a cushioned header back by Ott towards his goalkeeper, Paulson. So George Ott, who opened the scoring just after half-time, nodding it back to the other hero of the day, Alex Paulson. All eyes on the referee. And our referee decides that that will do for today. A really pleasing afternoon's work for the Wellington Phoenix Academy side. Second half goals from Hutt and from Rainbolt and from Boudoir have done the job for them today. They go away with all 3 points from the Ricoh Sports Centre at Fraser Park in Lower Hutt. And for Hawke's Bay United, it is a 5th consecutive defeat, which sees them remain rooted to the bottom of the table. Full time here at Fraser Park. The Wellington Phoenix 3, Hawke's Bay United 0.